Hi investors. So now we come into the last session of the financial statement session. So first we discussed balance sheet. Second we discussed in last session we discussed income statement or the profit and loss statement. Now the third one is the cash flow statement. So cash flow statement is very much important for a value investor or in that case a investor. So the cash flow statement is the third and last session of the financial statement, which is as the name indicates, it deals with real cash. I would say it is the most important session and even more interest to a value investor because as I mentioned earlier that in earlier session of free cash flow that the company what it generates and what matters most to an investor is the free cash flow. So free cash flow, which is nothing but the cash flow from operation minus the capex, is derived from this cash flow statement. So cash flow statement lists the total cash inflows and outflows of the business. The cash inflow as in those which company receives from its ongoing operations and internal investment sources. Cash outflow as in those which company pay for business activities and investment during a given year-on-year period. Cash flow statement is most reliable of all the three statements, which gives you more clear idea of how much cash the company is making in actual after all its real expenses and investments. Unlike other statements, because other statements like balance sheet and P&L statement concentrates more on accounting figures and principles and not on real cash. So real cash is which an investor gets into his pocket in reality. So cash flow statement is most important compared to all other two statements. Though those are important, but end of the day, more realistic figures are or no accounting. There can be some jugglery being done in the accounting figures as far as the other statements are concerned, but in free cash flow statement, everything is clearly visible. So cash flow statement projects cash made by businesses under three heads. So cash flow through operations, that is cash flow from operations, and cash flow from investments, and cash flow from financing. So those are all like cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, and cash flow from financing activities. So cash flow statement measures how well a company generates cash to pay its debt obligations and fund its operating expenses. Cash flow statements helps the investor to understand how a company's operations are running, where its money is coming from, and how company is spending that money. So cash flow statement helps understand if the company has a strong financial prospects because cash matters. So creditors on the other hand utilizes cash flow statement to determine how much liquid cash is available for the company to fund its operating expenses and pay its debts. So main distinction of a cash flow statement from balance sheet and income statement is that both balance sheet and income statement does not include the amount of future incoming and outgoing cash that has been recorded on credit. Therefore, the cash mentioned in cash flow statement is not same unlike net income on income statement and cash sales and sales made on credit in the balance sheet. In cash flow statement, it is the real cash. Let us get into the first head, which is the cash flow from operating activities. So cash flow from operating activities is nothing but how much cash is generated from companies, products and services. The cash flow statement, cash flow from operating, which is normally called CFO, is actually earlier explained in my section on free cash flow, that is session 14. There also I had mentioned cash flow from operating activity CFO is equal to EBIT plus adjustments for profit after tax PAT plus change in working capital. However, purchases or sales of long-term assets are not actually included in the operating activity. In this equation for CFO, the adjustments for PAT is included because non-cash items are calculated into PAT from income statement and total assets and total liabilities from balance sheet. As not all transactions involve actual cash items, many items has to be evaluated when calculating cash flow from operations. Normally, indirect method is utilized for deriving the CFO whose formula is depicted on the screen. But if you see direct method is another method, so it is of no relevance in any of our financial statements, so I am not mentioning that to reduce the complexity of this session. So PAT is not an accurate representation of net cash flow from operating activities. So it is necessary to adjust EBIT, that is earnings before interest and tax, for items that affect PAT even though no actual cash has yet been received or paid against them. The indirect method also makes adjustments to add back non-operating activities that doesn't actually affect a company's operating cash flow. For example, depreciation is not really a cash expense. It is an amount that is deducted from the total value of an asset that has previously been accounted for. That's why it is added again back into the EBIT for calculating the operating cash flow. Similarly, amortization. Amortization is the spreading out of capital expenses related to intangible assets over the, like, intangible means which the assets which are not physical in nature. Intangible assets over the assets useful life, and hence actually not a cash expense and hence added back to EBIT in CFO, just like depreciation. So normally this depreciation and amortization is mentioned together, like D and A, depreciation and amortization expense. So some companies give it separately, some companies, majority of companies combines it together. So again, that working capital, so change in working capital is explained in earlier session of mine in session 21 under the head working capital. So that is self-explanatory. Now if you see on the screen, you can see the cash flow statement and cash flow from operating activity. So you can see the EBIT which I have marked there. So after EBIT, you have adjustments to PAT, which is again interest cost, dividend cost, depreciation, amortization, finance cost. So those are all adjustments for PAT. Then you have the change in working capital. So if you add all of them, you will get the total cash flow from operations. So now next is the cash flow from investing activity. So investing activity, and we had discussed about this in free cash flow session number 14, wherein the first item, if you see here, acquisition of property, plant and equipment, including capital work in progress, intangible assets and intangible assets under development. So that is nothing but the capex, the plant and property, the capex towards the plant and property, acquiring of that. So in the earlier cash flow from operating activity, you have the cash flow from operating activity. So that minus this figure, which is the capex. Here it is 1199.42 crore. So that will fetch you the free cash flow. We had explained it in detail in our free cash flow session in session 14. I suggest you go back and see that video and come back, which will make more sense here. Now cash flow from investing activity includes any sources and uses of cash from a company's investments. A purchase or sale of a asset, loan made to vendors or receipt from customers, or any payments related to a merger or acquisition is included under this session. In short, change in equipment or machinery, assets, investments related to cash from investing activities. All these are included under this head. Usually all the cash goes out of the company in this category other than the deinvestment of assets, which is a cash in activity. So in out of the all the sessions of cash flow statement, you would have understood that cash flow from operating is the most important, but cash flow from investing activity is also important, but not as that important as that of cash flow from operating activity. Now let us get into the next session, which is the cash flow from financing activities. So on the screen again you can see the financing activity of a real case financial statement. So this cash flow from financial activities includes the sources of cash from investors or banks, as well as the uses of cash paid to shareholders, payment of dividends, payment of stock repurchases, and repayment of debt principal, that is loans, are included in this category. It is cash in if the capital is raised and cash out if the dividends are paid out. Also, if the company raises funds by issuing bonds, it is cash in, but the interest paid out to these bond holders is normally a cash out activity. So, concluding, a cash flow statement is a valuable measure of strength, profitability, and long term future outlook of a company. Cash flow statement helps us to understand if it has enough liquidity to pay off its expenses. This statement helps for future cash flow projections for predicting the company's performance and growth in future. So just like figures like free cash flow statements, those are like we use in the discounted cash flow model. We project the free cash flow based on some estimates to the future and discount it back to the net present value. Again, those intrinsic value calculation we will be discussing in future sessions. But for now, these cash flow statements are more important for understanding the real cash flow into the company, and what really matters is cash end of the day. So this concludes the session on the three financial statement, which is the balance sheet, P&L statement or the income statement, and the cash flow statement. Happy investing.